Your partner might not be as perfect for you as you think, and I'm about to share the signs that could change everything. I promise you. By the end of this video, you'll have a powerful practical roadmap to understanding your relationship's true potential and the confidence to create the deep, meaningful connection you've always dreamed of. How do you really know if your partner is the perfect match for you? When we're in a relationship, it's easy to get caught up in the romantic feelings and assume that we've found the one. But compatibility is more than just a feeling. It's the foundation upon which a healthy and lasting partnership is built. In this video, we're going to explore the importance of relationship compatibility and give you practical tips on how to assess whether your partner is the perfect match for you. So why is compatibility so essential? Well, when you're compatible with your partner, you're more likely to have a harmonious and fulfilling relationship. You'll be able to build trust, communicate effectively, and support each other through life's ups and downs. On the other hand, a lack of compatibility can lead to resentment, frustration, and even conflict. So it's crucial to take the time to evaluate whether your partner is truly the right fit for you. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty of assessing compatibility, it's essential to approach this process with the right mindset. You need to be open to self-reflection, honest with yourself and your partner, and willing to communicate openly and transparently. This process requires vulnerability, empathy, and a willingness to listen and learn from each other. I'm going to walk you through a heart-centered approach to understanding your relationship's compatibility. This isn't about a rigid checklist, but a gentle exploration of your connection. To begin with, take some time to reflect on your own values, goals, and priorities. What are your non-negotiables in a relationship? What are your long-term goals, and how do they align with your partner's? What are your love languages, and do they complement your partner's? Be honest with yourself. This is the foundation upon which you'll build your assessment of compatibility. Before evaluating your relationship, you need to be willing to confront your own biases and assumptions. We all bring our own emotional baggage to a relationship, and it's essential to acknowledge and work through these issues before assessing compatibility. So, take some time to reflect on your past relationships, your family dynamics, and your personal values. All these factors will influence your expectations and needs in a relationship. When it comes to honesty, it's crucial to create a safe space where you and your partner feel comfortable sharing your thoughts, feelings, and desires. This means being non-judgmental, empathetic, and supportive, and being willing to listen to each other's perspectives without getting defensive. Remember, honesty is a two-way street, and it requires effort and commitment from both partners. Now let's dive into the nitty-gritty of assessing compatibility. The first key area to focus on is values. What are your core values, and do they align with your partner's? Are there any deal breakers, such as differences in religious beliefs or political views? Take some time to discuss these values with your partner and see how aligned you are. The second key area is goals. What are your long-term goals, and how do they align with your partner's? Are you both on the same page when it comes to career aspirations, family planning, or financial goals? Take some time to discuss these goals with your partner and see how compatible you are. Communication styles are another crucial area to assess. How do you communicate with each other, and is it effective? Do you tend to avoid conflicts or address them head-on? Take some time to observe your communication patterns and see how they align with your partner's. Emotional support is also essential in a relationship. How do you support each other through life's challenges, and is it enough? Do you feel seen, heard, and validated by your partner? Take some time to reflect on how you show up for each other and how you can improve your emotional support. Intimacy is another key area to assess. What are your expectations around intimacy, and do they align with your partner's? Are there any differences in your sexual needs or desires? Take some time to discuss these expectations with your partner and see how compatible you are. Financial compatibility is also crucial. How do you manage your finances, and is it aligned with your partner's? Are there any differences in your spending habits or financial goals? Another key area to assess is leisure activities. What do you enjoy doing in your free time, and does it align with your partner's? What are the differences in this field? Social compatibility is also essential. What are your social expectations, and do they align with your partner's? Have you noticed any differences in your social circles or friend groups? Conflict resolution is another crucial area to assess. How do you handle conflicts, and is it effective? Do you tend to avoid conflicts or address them head-on? Discuss these with your partner. Family dynamics are also important to consider. What are your expectations around family involvement? Is your partner planning to have children? Check it out today. Let's move to the personal growth area. What are your expectations around personal growth? Are there any differences in your learning styles or personal development goals? Now that we've covered the key areas to assess compatibility, let's take a look at some real-life scenarios that illustrate the steps of evaluating a relationship. Imagine you're in a relationship and you've realized that you have different values around family involvement. How would you approach this conversation with your partner? Let's say you're in a relationship and you've realized that you have different goals around career aspirations. How would you find a compromise that works for both of you? In another scenario, let's say you're in a relationship and you've found out that you have different communication styles. How would you approach this conversation with your partner and find a way to communicate effectively? Now, let's talk about what to look for in a healthy relationship. One key sign of compatibility is open and honest communication. Do you feel heard and validated by your partner? And do you communicate effectively? Another key sign of compatibility is emotional support. Do you feel seen and supported by your partner? And do you show up for each other in times of need? A healthy relationship should also have a sense of mutual respect and trust. Do you feel respected and valued by your partner? And do you trust each other to make decisions that benefit the relationship? Now let's address some common concerns viewers might have. What if you have different life goals, such as one partner wanting to travel the world while the other wants to settle down? How do you navigate these differences and find a compromise that works for both of you? What if you have different communication styles and conflicts arise as a result? How do you approach these conflicts and find a way to communicate effectively? Recapping the key points, understanding compatibility is essential for a fulfilling relationship. It requires openness to self-reflection, honesty, and the willingness to communicate with your partner. By assessing key areas such as values, goals, communication styles, and emotional support, you can determine whether your partner is the perfect match for you. Remember, compatibility is not a one-time assessment. It's an ongoing process that requires effort and commitment from both partners. By prioritizing open and honest communication, emotional support, and mutual respect, you can build a strong and healthy relationship that lasts a lifetime. Take some time to reflect on your own relationships and see how you can apply these principles to build a stronger connection with your partner. Share your experiences in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more relationship advice content.